Good morning, boys and girls. So today we're going to read about looking the right way. When you guys get to be a little bit older, you're going to be allowed to ride your bikes in the street and maybe cross the street when you go different places. When I was growing up, we used to go to a little candy store and we had to cross Main Street. And it was a little scary for me. But I would always look both ways before I crossed the street and be really careful. So looking the right way is very important. You get to choose which direction you look and what you focus on. So look the right way. In the world around you, there are beautiful things and ugly things. I created you to enjoy beauty and goodness. They are my gifts to you. When you look the right way toward what is true and right and beautiful, you'll be encouraged and made stronger in your faith. As you go through your day, you'll also encounter things that are wrong or ugly. You may have to deal with them, but you don't have to keep thinking about them. Choose to think about what is good instead. Kind words, people who help others, God's beautiful creations. You can enjoy even the beauty of a tiny flower in the crack of a sidewalk. These blessings will help you remember that I am with you in your day. Listen to me, hear me saying, look the right way. On a beautiful sunny day like today, it's a great day to think about looking the right way and enjoying the beauty that God has created. Just breathing in the fresh air and being outside. Those are things that we can appreciate. Continue to think about the things that are good and worthy of praise. Think about the things that are true and honorable and right and pure and beautiful and respected. So always stay positive. Even when you're cooped up in the house and maybe your sisters and brothers or maybe even sometimes your parents, find it a little hard to get along because you've just been together for so long. Or maybe your parents are working and you miss them. So it's not an easy time. You probably miss your friends too. I know I really, really miss my dad. But we just have to concentrate on the positive and try to keep being good to each other. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. Remember, we talked about sheep in class. We talked about how even if one sheep is lost, the shepherd will go find that sheep. You will teach me God's way to live. Being with you will fill me with joy. At your right hand, I will find pleasure forever. So let's think about appreciating all the good things in our lives today. Not focusing on maybe what we want to be doing, but enjoying what we are doing. With that in mind, we're on chapter 11, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the miracle. And I think we all kind of know what that miracle is going to be. So I don't want to give anything away. Charlie entered the store and laid the damp dollar bill on the counter. One Wonka's Whipple Scrumptious Fudgemello Delight, he said, remembering how much he had loved the one he had had on his birthday. The man behind the counter looked at Charlie. He turned around and he reached his hand behind him onto the shelf and took the candy bar and handed it to Charlie. Charlie grabbed it and quickly tore off the wrapper and took an enormous bite. He took another and another and another. The joy of being able to cram large pieces of something sweet and solid into one's mouth. The sheer blissful joy of being able to fill one's mouth with solid food. You look like you wanted that one, Sonny, the shopkeeper said pleasantly. Charlie nodded, his mouth bulging with chocolate. The shopkeeper put Charlie's change onto the counter. Take it easy, he said. It'll give you a gut ache if you swallow like that without chewing. But Charlie went on wolfing the candy. He couldn't stop, and in less than half a minute the whole thing had disappeared. He was quite out of breath, but he felt marvelously, extraordinarily happy. He reached out a hand to take the change. Then he paused. His eyes went just above the level of the counter. They were looking at the little silver coins on the counter. They were all dimes. 9 altogether. Surely it wouldn't matter if he just spent one more. I think I'll just have one more, please. The same kind as before. Why not? Said the shopkeeper. He handed Charlie another Whipple Scrumptious Fudge-a-Mellow Delight. He laid it on the counter. Charlie picked it up and tore off the wrapper. And suddenly, from underneath the wrapper, there came a brilliant flash of gold. Charlie's heart stood still. "It's a golden ticket!" screamed the shopkeeper, leaping about a foot in the air. "You've got a golden ticket! You found the last golden ticket!" "Hey, everybody, the kid's found Wonka's last golden tickets. It's right there in his hands." It seemed as though the shopkeeper might be going to have a fit. "In my shop! He found it right here in my shop. Somebody call the newspapers quickly and let them know." "Watch out there now, Sonny. Be careful when you unwrap it. That thing is precious." In a few seconds, there was a crowd of about 20 people cheering around Charlie, and many, many more gushing their way in from the street. Everybody wanted to get a look at the golden ticket and the lucky finder. "Where is it? Hold it up so we can see it." There it is. He's holding it in his hands," shouted one person. "See the gold shining? How did he manage to find it, I'd like to know," a large boy said angrily. 20 bars a day I've been buying for weeks and weeks. "Think of all the free stuff he'll be getting." "A lifetime supply," said another boy. "He'll need it. He's a skinny little shrimp," said one girl. But Charlie didn't move. He hadn't even unwrapped the ticket from the candy bar. He was holding it tightly with both hands when the crowd pushed and shoved all around him. He felt dizzy, and there was a peculiar floating sensation coming over him. His feet didn't seem to be touching the ground at all. At that point, he became aware of a hand resting lightly on his shoulder, and when he looked up, there was a man standing there. The man whispered, "I'll buy it from you. I'll give you $50. How about it? And a new bicycle, too, okay?" "Are you okay?" shouted a woman. "Well, I'd give $500 for that ticket." "Do you want to sell that ticket for $500, young man?" "That's quite enough of that," said the shopkeeper, pushing his way to the crowd and taking Charlie by the arm. "Leave the kid alone. Make way. Let him out." He bent down to Charlie and he whispered, "Don't you let anybody stop you on your way home. You run straight to your house and show this to your parents." Charlie nodded. "You know something," said the shopkeeper. "I have a feeling that you needed a break like this, and I'm glad you got it. Good luck to you." "Thanks," said Charlie, and off he went, racing through the snow as fast as his legs would go. And as he passed Mr. Willy Wonka's factory, he turned and he waved and he said, "I'll be seeing you soon." And 5 minutes later, he arrived at his own home. And the next chapter is What It Said on the Golden Ticket. I always liked the shopkeeper in that chapter. I always thought he was really kind to Charlie, and the way he told him to go straight home and not to stop and talk to anybody. I thought that was good advice. All right, boys and girls, it's Friday. I hope you enjoy your day. It's a beautiful day. Make sure you get outside to play. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you on Monday.